Hello viewers and learners. I welcome you all to the next video in the series called Fusion 360. In this video, we are going to learn about all the basics that you are going to require to build any 2D drawing or 3D model. We will be covering all the basic aspects of whatever you will be requiring to draw such things. Let's get on with it. Now this is the overall panel for Fusion 360. The first option here lets you create a sketch. So let's click on this. It prompts you to select a plane. Let's say we are selecting this plane, XY plane. We selected this plane. Now this first option is of line. You can draw lines using this option. Let's say using the lines, we can insert whatever value of the line we want. Let's say we want this line to be 50 mm. Press enter. So this line is of 50. Then again, the next that I want you to know, the next is rectangle. Now in order to use rectangle, the rectangles are of three types. The rectangle can be 2-point rectangle, 3-point rectangle, or center rectangle. For the purpose of this video, we'll be using center rectangle. Let's say we select a point and then drag your cursor outwards. You can select the value of length and width by providing it. Let's say it's showing 28.599. We want 30 at this side and 40 at this side. So here we go with the rectangle of 30 into 40. So this is the rectangle. These small signs that you are seeing here are the restraints. This is a parallel restraint. If I hover my cursor over this, see this icon is also being highlighted. That means this line is in parallel with this line. Similarly, these two lines are parallel. These are called constraints, which you can see here. These constraints. And this is a horizontal constraint. Whatever sign you want to know, you can click on constraint and see what type of sign it is. Let's say it is horizontal constraints. Okay. Now the next is circle command. Circle command is used to create a circle. We delete all this. Now this circle can be of many type, again like rectangle, 5 types of circle. For the purpose of this video, we select center diameter circle. Select a point and give the diameter of the circle. Let's say we type 50 and press enter. So this shows the diameter of the circle is 50. The next would be arc. The arc can be 3-point center point or tangent arc. In order to demonstrate this properly, we would select this rectangle, center rectangle, create any value like 20 by 40. It's given already. Now let's select an arc, 3-point arc. In 3-point arc, you need to select the first point, you need to select the second point, then you need to select the value of the arch, value of the crown. You can select like this, press enter. There you have this crown. Now the next command we would need is polygon. Polygon can be circumcised, inscribed, or edge polygon. Now let's see the example of polygon. Let's delete whatever we have made so far and create a polygon. Circumscribed polygon has a phenomena that the polygon will be formed around a circle and the radius for the circle that you need to give. Let's say we select 20, and for sides, how many sides of the polygon we want? Let's say we want 8 sides and click enter. So there we have it. The radius of this circle would be 20, around which this polygon is being made, and the sides are 8 sides are there. Okay. Then there is ellipse. In case of ellipse, you need to select the first point, you need to select the second point, then you need to draw whatever x-axis value you want and whatever y-axis value you want, and press enter. There you have a ellipse. Control center. These things we don't need. We need spline though. Spline is used to create lines which are not regular or shapes which are not regular in geometry. So this is called spline. You just have to click the way you want, and then after selecting the shape, you need to click this right button, and this, there we go, and press enter. So we have this uh, spline here. Let's delete this. We need text here. In order to place any text in form, we need to click on text, then write in the box whatever text you want. Let's say we want to write Fusion 360. We entered the value Fusion 360. See, it is written here. You can change the orientation of it by just holding and dragging this button. Okay, this is at 0 degree. You can set the angle of this text by clicking here or here as well. The height defines how, what is the height of this text. Let's say we select 20. See, the height of this Fusion 360 increase. So this is the height of this text. This is for bold, italic, as we find in Word. These are for the fonts which we want to include. Then click OK. Then there you have the text. So these were the basic commands which we can use here. Or then there is mirror. What is the application of mirror? Let's say you have a rectangle drawn somewhere around here, and then there is a line here. You want to mirror this rectangle to the opposite side of this line with the same geometry. In such cases where we want to mirror something with the same geometry and features, we use mirror. Click on mirror, then it prompts for selecting the object. Then we need to select the object which we want to mirror. We want to mirror these 4 lines. With respect to which line? The mirror line, we select this line and click OK. See, this rectangle is mirrored in this direction. So this is the application of mirror. Let's delete whatever we made. Then there is circular and rectangular pattern. Let's say we draw a circle here, and then there is a circle here. We want to make a circular pattern of the circle around this small circle or object, whatever you have made. In such cases, we select this circular pattern. After selecting the circular pattern, this prompts you to select the object. We select this object to be set in array. Then select the center point about which you want to rotate this. We select this point, and how many numbers of this circle you want. Let's say we want 5 objects. So see, there are 5 objects. This rotates in the full direction. Full means in 360, and click OK. So there you have 5 rectangles. Similarly, you can use rectangular pattern as well. This was a circular pattern. Similar is the rectangular pattern. We'll use that whenever it is being required. Then we'll use this fillet, trim, extend, break, and offset commands. Let's draw a rectangle. For the purpose of learning something, we are drawing a different things so that we can complete this. Okay, now we'll learn this fillet command. Fillet command is used to join 2 bodies in a radial manner. This radial can do what? This can fillet the edges of a rectangle. You can give the value of the radius, fillet radius here. You can select multiple edges as well if you want, like just clicking on these and select the values at your own. Let's say we want a fillet of 5 mm for the both sides. See, on every side there is a fillet of 5 mm. Okay, so this was the application of fillet. Then there is trim. Trim is used for deleting any extruding line or any line which is in between 2 lines. So if I click this object, this will be deleted. Similarly, I can delete this line as well. Why I can delete this line as well using trim? Because this line is attached with these 2 lines. These 2 lines are intersecting this line. So we can trim this line as well. We can trim this line as well. So this is trim application. Okay. Then there is offset command. Offset command is generally used to offset any line or a shape in the parallel direction, or in this case in concentric direction. We select the offset, then it is saying which part do we want to offset. This object I want to offset in inner direction or in outer direction. For outer direction the value would be negative, for inner direction the value would be positive. Let's say we want to offset this object by 3 mm and click OK. There we go, we have an offset of 3 mm inside. Then there is this extend command. Extend command is used when, let's see, we delete this line. Now we want to extend this line up to this line. What we need to do is we need to select this extend command. We click on this line. It will be extended till the point where it intersects another line. So this is the application of extend. Okay. So there we have finished all the basic things which you would need to work in 2D. Last thing would be which you would require is dimension. The shortcut for dimension would be D, or you can select the dimension from here as well or here as well. Sketch dimension. In dimension, you need to select first point, you need to select second point, and there you have the dimension. You can change the dimension directly from here as well of this line. Let's say it is 76. You want a 60 mm of dimension. You click on 60. This line would be reduced to 60 mm. So this is dimension. So let's finish this sketch and head out towards 3D sketch. Finish sketch. Now whatever I have done in 2D sketch, I can extrude that in 3D. We select this face. By pressing shift and middle mouse button, we can rotate this diagram. We select this extrude. The shortcut for extrude, as you can see here, is small e. So we can select a small e as well. Select the face which you want to extrude, upward or downward. We can extrude in both directions. Let's say we want to extrude it by 10 mm in upward direction, then press OK. So it will be extruded like this. So this is the application of extrude. Next command is revolve command. Revolve command is very important when you want to draw some bottle or some pot or anything which is symmetrical about central axis. Anything which is symmetrical about central axis, that it can be drawn using revolve. Let's say we go to the 2D plane again and draw a 2D diagram. In order to revolve anything, we draw a line from here to here. Then again we draw a line towards here. We are just doing some random things for now and join it here. Okay, press enter. So here we have a profile which you want to work with. Finish sketch and go. Let's try out this revolve command. For revolve command, what you need to do is you need to select a profile which is, let's select the profile once again. This profile, select an axis. We want this axis. I wanted to show it properly. We want this axis to revolve around the 360 degree. We need to select the profile, this profile, and click OK. So there we have this revolve command. What did it do? About this axis, it revolved this shape in a solid pattern. So this is a work of revolve command. In revolve, select the profile which you want to revolve. Let's say we select this. Then axis about which you want to revolve, we select this axis. Whole 360 degree. Yes, if you want to reduce this from 360 degree, you can select 295 or whatever degree you want and click OK. We selected 295. That is why it would be about 295 only. 295, 265, whatever we select. It is not whole 360 because we selected the angle to be lesser than 360. Okay. Then move ahead. We go on with sweep. Now sweep is used to draw something towards a line. Then again, let's go to this face, select a line from this point to this point, then this point. We finish sketch, we go to the home. Then again, it's asking for surface about which we want to draw. I select this place, this plane, and then create a circle on this edge. Oh, a small one would do. Okay, finish sketch. Now let's check the circle is drawn in here. Okay, now we would use this sweep command. We select a profile. It says we select this profile for our selection. Select a path. We select this path. For profile, we select this and click OK. There we have it. This sweep command. Then there is this loft command, the last command probably, which we are going to learn today for the basics only. Let's say we again go to the draw on this plane. Let's say we want to draw on this plane. We draw a rectangle on it, this rectangle. Then finish sketch. We need to change the plane, offset plane from this plane to upward somewhere here, whatever the value is. Then again we go to the top, we draw a rectangle again on this plane. Want to draw a rectangle, let's say here. Finish sketch. Now let's see how is our diagram. See, there are two individual shapes which we want to. It's not letting me select. We need to delete this object first. Okay, now it is letting me select. Okay, click on this profile, first profile, click on the second profile, and there you have it. Press OK. So this is how we use the loft command. Okay, so these were the basics which you would need in order to draw anything in 2D and to convert it in 3D. So this was it for today, guys. If you really liked the video of the very basics for Fusion 360, you do let me know if you want to learn anything new, and please subscribe and like this video if you really felt that this was helpful for you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day onwards.